Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's Gigi, Miss Forex and Chill. I'm going to go over my US 30 trades for the week, let you guys see what I saw in the market and some of the signals that I called for the team. All right, looking on the left, we already covered this last week for the 22,000 pip week, the long-term buy. And of course, moving into this week, we did have a sell-off. Did I catch this first sell? No, I did not. Why? Because I do not chase price. If I had been around the computer and saw it setting up, I might would have taken it. But here you see, we had price was ascending, signal of weakness. Then what happened? We had our break of structure. And so I waited for the retest. I called this trade. We did get the 5,700 pip sell with no drawdown. Price came into this zone right here where we did have an institutional candle. Retested that zone. We took a buy. Now we did have a lot of whipsaw. We went up like 1,700 pips. It came all the way back to our entry. We took another trade and then it finally took off. It hit some imbalance here on a lower time frame, gave us some correction during Asia last night, came into some imbalance here and took off again, which pushed us up to 7,100 pips today. So let's look at this a little bit deeper because I know that's not giving you guys like a bird's eye view. So here, if you look on the lower time frame, what were we looking at that gave us these POIs? You really don't see much here on this 1 hour. So you're going to have to break it down. Sometimes when you don't see something, you have to look on a higher or lower time frame to find a price objective. And you see I had a zone here. So what exactly did I see in that zone? Again, you have to forgive me. I'm dealing with, I'm actually laying in bed on my laptop. I'm not on my big computer. I'm not maneuvering this computer. So let's see what we saw here before the play happened that gave us our entry. Don't see anything on the 45-minute. Don't see anything on the 30-minute. There you go. So because of this wick action here and on a higher time frame, there was a POI that people were looking at to trade off of. I know that there's some wicks down there. Look, now you have an institutional candle here. And I was waiting. I waited for price to come in and fake everybody out. Of course, everybody tries to trade that 9:30 a.m. trade. And I waited for price to play out, come into that zone. Let's see if we can get a replay here. Again, guys, excuse me. I'm just like laying here being lazy. Let's see. Oh gosh. So this is a retail impulse and correction. If you look at it on a higher time frame, it's really choppy. Here on the lower time frame, waiting for price action to come into my zone that I've identified because I don't go with the typical zones everybody else looks at. I wait. All right, we got to break a structure and a retest. All right, so we got in right here. Let me stop it. See what time of day that was. That was at 4:05. So I didn't catch that first drop earlier that day. I waited until we got to break a structure of this low. I let it come back into the zone. So people were automatically selling here because you had good, clean, equal highs. I waited and let price run that, got a break, and we got in on the retest. And of course, the trade played out. Let's go to a higher time frame so we can speed it up and watch the trade play out. Forgive my laziness. I had a POI here that I was looking at for a final TP. Marked right here, it was an order block, institutional candle, whatever you guys call it. It's an ICT concept. All right, let's watch it play out. Boom. And as soon as it hit that, guess what price did? Whenever you get all this movement, some days the market comes in and gives you choppy whipsaw and price action. So I did call the trade on a lower time frame, and it went crazy. Right here is where we called it. It went up. People took partials. It came back. I said, get in again. It went up again. And this time I was like, leave a runner, take partials, just leave a runner, because looking on the higher time frame, we know where this is going. So it gave an impulse, it gave a corrective move, price action pulled back into this imbalance here on the 5-minute, got another position. I didn't call it to the team, so I'm not going to show it here, because I don't like to be risky with other people's money. So some trades I take that I don't call out, because some people will over risk, over leverage, over trade. I see people doing crazy stuff like that. But sometimes you just have to trust price. I did have one guy on the team. He put 2 positions, and then he got a 3rd position. And he told me, he said, I never moved my stop loss into break even. He said, I trusted price to do what it was going to do. He maintained his original stop loss, and he did take 3 positions, and he doubled a small account. He had like $1,000 account, and he ended up doubling it just off 3.01 positions that he stacked throughout this trade. So that's basically it. And I did have one more trade today. I mean, this week. I had called G Chef last week, and it swung, but it did play out 240 pips. So overall, it was a great week. Looking again at US 30, we had 5,700 pips on the sell, 7,100 pips on the buy, and then the 240 pips on GBP Swiss franc. That is all I have for you guys today. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you so much for following, liking, and subscribing.